Hey ManCave, this is Bob from DaBob's N-Scale ManCave, and we're here in Novi, Michigan, a suburb of Detroit, and we're here for the NMRA 2025 convention. So we're here at the convention hotel. We're going to see what's inside the hotel and offerings. We got clinics and layouts, op sessions to run, all sorts of different stuff in here. And the banquet will be here, but the train show will be over in a different convention center down the road. So we're going to visit most of these areas. There's also layout tours that are self-paced. There's no buses. You can drive yourself there, and they have a wide open tour basically in people's homes and stuff like that. So a lot of things to do here at the convention, and maybe next year we'll see you in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So let's go see what this year has to offer you. The Great Lakes Ballroom B at the Sheraton here in Novi, Michigan. This is where we'll be setting up, in this little section from there over to there and back over to our wall over here, right outside the parking lot, so it's real convenient. Doesn't look like a very large little space here with the dividers. Going to be closing it off to put a layout in here, but I guess we'll fit it. It looks like someone has already put out a plan of where everything's going to go, and that is our plan. Currently it's more of a point-to-point layout, folded. What I mean by folded is we can start down on this end. You have some yards here, you got a Y here to turn around, and a little roundhouse turntable thing here, but you got to weave all the way around and all the way around this side, and you get over to this return loop to go back the other way. Now that means when we get down here, the only way to turn around is to go into the Y, back up, go into the yard, back up into over here, however you're going to do it, whatever the requirements are for the layout. But you can't run long trains. It's kind of a bummer. I wish we had a reverse loop over here so we could have constant running trains and not have to worry about a Y, but that's part of the operations. It's more realistic, I guess, and that's what we're going to be doing. So this is kind of the orientation of the layout. My trestle bridge will be over here on this corner, and my 2-to-1s will be over here. So that's all I'm bringing for this show. Everybody else has got everything they need, and that's how that's going to end up. The yard sale. It's basically like room sales for N-scale enthusiasts, but for the yard sale, you got some items here in N-scale, not a whole lot. A lot of HO, you know, but still a lot of deals in here. Maybe some overpriced stuff, underpriced stuff. We've got some G-scale over here. All sorts of locomotives and buildings. It's cash only, no credit cards, because they're not set up for that. We've got some N-scale stuff over here. Yeah. Someone's selling some Kato SD45s and HO. Yep. All sorts of stuff. Got a big 130-foot turntable and HO. Pretty good. I know that. So the Operations Roadshow first session is about to begin, and everybody's waiting to get their initial briefing, and we'll be here for the next 3 hours running on the layout. It took a while to get this layout set up with some technical issues with power boosters and shorted modules and stuff, but we figured it out late last night, and it's all up and running and functional. So here we go.
Actually, where would you like those 3 cars?
You know, I think you can run around that and grab them. It's so weird. Let's put them on.
Well, here's our dispatch table. We use a fast clock, timetable, car cards to run operations.
Now that's a trend.
Again, nothing appears to me. So I would say we can wait on the arrival track and just go straight out. No reason to pull back on the departure track.
It's good. It's good here, a little more. It's tight. We can go, maybe go an inch. There we go. We slacked up. All right.
People's Choice Model Contests. And we got this diorama called Urban Delights. A lot of graffiti on this building. A lot of details. It is HO scale. Got some trash pandas right there. Pretty neat. A lot of detail. Lots and lots of detail. Looks like some crushed cars. G-gauge. Gondola with scrap metal load. Another G-gauge boxcar. Conjunction junction. With that one, there's the prototype. That is an odd number 1. But it's a pencil. It's the end of a pencil traded on there. Odd number 2, it says there.
Stop alongside. We'll get it in. All right. We're close. Yeah, he's line.
We got some vendors out in the hall, some LED stuff and sounds, and some signs with some railroad names on there. Aztrax is here, signal stuff as well. We got some LED lights and some 3D printed loads and other things here, and also have some more stuff down here as well. And then we got some concessions right outside here. You get some hamburgers, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, chicken sandwiches, pizza, popcorn, all sorts of stuff, drinks and everything else. And get something to eat when you're hungry. Special interest group, SIG. They have a lot of custom stuff that they're making, like some signal systems over here. And you got some other stuff over there, LCC or whatever. Some O-scale, 2-rail. Got a few things here. Okay, we're here at the Operation Roadshow Layout here in Novi. And we're in between sessions right now, and it's pretty quiet. Got a couple people running some trains or setting some stuff up. But anyway, it's designed to go point to point from Detroit to Pawpaw or Pawpaw back to Detroit, east and west movement. So in this area here, we got a Y switching area to switch things back and forth, to turn trains around if they chose to do so, but a lot of times we're just doing the hand of God method and to turn trains around. Some technical issues on this end of the layout, but that's fine. Over here is Detroit, where a lot of the people start from, or at least half the crew starts from here. Some start in a yard somewhere else, but all the passenger trains start in Detroit or Pawpaw, depending which direction they're going. And so you have these signal boards here, and it basically, from the dispatcher, they can tell you whether or not you have clearance to leave, or if you have some train orders that may be clipped to this clip right here for you to read and do some job or something like that, or something's different, like you got to meet somebody else coming in the other direction. So you got a clipboard down here to check in to the yard, check in and check out, and we head on down this direction over here, and you come up into Wayne, or what we've designated as Wayne. We come around this loop into Halstead, and there's a train station down here in Halstead. So you got 2 tracks. The train that has to stop at the station can stop there. They OS or on sheet to the dispatcher, and we use text messaging to a dispatcher's phone number, and off they go to report what they're doing, that they made it here on this time and so forth. So they know where all the trains are on the layout when they're doing their dispatching. We come back around over to this direction here, and we come into what we call Mason. That's another stop. And actually this module is of Greeley, Colorado. This is the Colorado Model Railroad Museum here in Greeley. And so, but for this purposes, they've called it Mason. They come down here and out. This whole module is switched using a iPad program that communicates to the switch machines to switch everything. Coming over this direction here, we come into Holt, which is a Y, and for our purposes, everything's coming in along this section of the Y and out. And they can do some switching over here as well, depending on the jobs that they've assigned. Out it comes past Camp Kringle, over here to my low bidder bridge, 90-degree trestle, and into what we call is Eaton. And that's another stop on the route. Everybody checks in and checks out here. It's another train station stop. Coming down this direction here, you end up coming into Fulton around this curve. This is a really nice curved module, by the way, too. Very well modeled, and it operates great. And so we come out of here into the Acme Beer Company and Coyote Crossing. And then we hit the yard limit. This is also controlled by iPad. And this big long yard is where a lot of the switching operations go. The yard masters here, they can build trains for the next session and so forth. It's a really long yard, probably about 25 feet long, somewhere in there. Now if we go out of the yard, well, there's a station, well, the track layout we call Jackson Station, somewhere in here. It's a stop on the layout. Out of the yard limits into another area here that's also iPad controlled. You can kind of see, let's see, get all the lights there. You got an iPad that controls the lights. We just push that switch. It switches, and it switches, switch that position. So press it again, you can see that they moved. A little complicated, but it works. Come around here, we start getting into a little zigzag section here, coming into Kalamazoo, another train stop area, and into a yard. We're using this as Pawpaw's yard at Kalamazoo, and that's where everybody kind of stages their trains before they go out. So we have a couple passenger train. We got a passenger train ready to go toward Pawpaw, and we've got some freight going out the other direction and so forth. So quite a few different options here for the next session. We come around this corner here into our reversing loop, which is Pawpaw. We have our dispatcher's desk, and all of this information and stuff runs all our fast clocks. We got our fast clock up there. Right now it's on hold. We've got other fast clocks over in this direction. Our times all start at 8 o'clock for our sessions and run till like 2:30 overall. So it's a 3-to-1 clock, and here's our track plan and how everything's set up. Quite a lot of stuff to run around on. It's not too bad of a layout. You'll never see this layout again in this configuration because some people may not show up. Other people may show up the next time and get a different track plan, different room size. All those kind of things go into Free-moN. And so that's the beauty of Free-moN. You see modules you've seen before, and sometimes you see modules you've never seen before, or rarely see on a layout. And the pattern's always different. Okay, we also have the Modutrak clubs here. We have an N scale and an HO club. HO on this side, N scale on that side. For obvious reasons, I'm going to start with the N scale side. Now the Modutrak, they have a pretty standard kind of format here. They build everything pretty much out of fiberboard sides, and a lot of that. Internals can be whatever they need to make it work. And you got some small little joints and stuff. They seem pretty light and strong, surprisingly. Free-moN's a little bit tougher standards on the end boards, but these are made to fit the same way every time. So since we're here, let's take a look at this HO coming across. That was good. So this particular person decided to use a cork roadbed overall, put everything down, which is fine. Noise suppression, and it's soft enough you can put anything into it, like trees or whatever. Pins, you can even make pins and stuff. But as the scenery gets better and better, you know, they tend to put a lot of detail into their models, which is rather nice. Free-moN is similar to this, but we don't always get as detailed and road work and everything else and stuff onto the modules. So they take a little bit more time into their scenery, which is looks really nice. Definitely some differences, but still a great looking layout. See a lot of elevations, more realism. Especially here, you see the raised train road beds up here along the ground and the bridges. Looks pretty real right there. Something I need to strive for. And then we come around here. One thing I did notice in this particular area, their water is really smooth. There's not a lot of ripples in it, so it's looks like mirrored glass. I would probably put some more ripples in my water, make more realism like that. That's just my critique, things I noticed. They do put in a lot of telephone poles, but I don't see telephone wires put on the posts. Maybe because it gets in the way too much, and so they chose not to. Or they're just old power lines that have been removed, and they just left the post there. So they do have a signal system as well. And it comes all the way down here. Triple track. The bridges. And we'll, whatever this building is, yeah, it sticks out. Looks like an observatory or some sort of thing. It looks familiar, but I can't remember exactly what it is. Nice detailed cutout right here, like the rock walls. It's like a lot of super tree material, so really high-end tree making done here. CMW Railway. That's pretty detailed, I like it. Another in-work project right here. Looks like we're putting some buildings in place. We'll be raising all this up to track level probably. They'll probably fill this in with foam or some other material to raise everything up, depending on what they're doing with the overall scene. Looks like some placeholder kind of buildings, and a bridge would probably go in here, and maybe even a little, like a river or something going in there. So you can kind of see how things are planned out for future modeling. And then they got similar things right here, just putting all the cardboard cutouts for their projects that they're building. It's all foam core. I don't know if these would be the actual buildings they're going to make stuff out of, but we'll see. That's something I have to ask, I guess. So we've got a Milwaukee train station that they're building here. I believe this is all plastic, 3D printed. Looks like 3D printing going on there. Yeah. Nice detail there. Makes me want to make mine stuff look a little bit better. Got some more in-work planning going on. Using a lot of foam core. Maybe I should start trying to make some stuff hand built out of foam core. It's a thought. We'll see. Foam core is cheap. You can get it at like Target, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, those kind of places. You can get some big panels, and you can cut a lot of shapes out of it and make something work. And we've got a West New Lisbon yard here. The yard goes all the way down here to a train station. Come through this little town, road crossings, and then we've got a Y.
I don't think those are DMS, but
So it goes all the way down to that other side,
Yeah, that's the one that I really studied because
and then it comes all the way down here. Got a nice big curve right here. One solid piece. That's a feat in itself. And then you got the Wisconsin River and this bridge. They put all the cars on it and stuff. Earlier they did not have them on. And the Wisconsin Dells. And then Tunnel City. There you got a couple tunnels going around this reverse loop. It's not really a reverse loop, it's more of it's a solid track and just goes all the way around and ends up being on the other track. Okay, this is the HO Modutrak layout. So we start here at this end here with a big reverse loop. 4 tracks, 5 tracks wide at the most in the loop. And they come on out and they stay on their side of the track. There's some switching going on, crossing over and so forth. But yeah, as you can see, still highly detailed. Mostly, probably a lot of these are scratch-built buildings. I don't see any Walters kits in here at all. That's good. And then got signals. We have a turntable over here. Nice little yard for switching your locomotives, turning them around the other way. And we got some more fake water here, the Plains River. And looks like a small refinery or holding tanks for oil at the Sinclair station, maybe even gasoline. Bridge. Yard. Good. And it comes over here to another reversing section. It doesn't really reverse, it's just run through and big staging yard for yard in general. Pretty impressive. And a little dial here to change power to which track you want to run on. Keeps the power from running on all the locomotives.
Oh, I didn't grab the horn. Look at the next one.
I know that.
Here,
You want to come in for a better photo?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, jump in there.
Yeah.
All the way to the ceiling. Fills the space.
Track was good. Great place to watch trains until one of them gets stuck in there and I gotta crawl underneath and figure out where it is.
No cheeks.
Yeah.
Now you're doing so good, yeah. You notice, hey, come check it out. They'll check it to me. I'm like, okay.
It's a big figure 8.
Yeah, me on my knees in the dark trying to rail N scale is probably the worst combination I can think of. No problem. Yeah.
The figure eight.
It's like 1.5 figure eights stuck inside it. Or half.
Oh,
inside
up
the
here?
mountain. Yeah. So it's just finished it now. It's coming out. But it basically comes on that trestle there.
Yeah.
And then just turn around so it don't. All right. That's good.
Afternoon, Fred. How are you? Good.
We're here at Ken Chick's home, and his layout is awesome. He's an MMR, and he's been in this house for like 33 years building this layout. Yeah, it's very detailed. The track is way up high, so it's, you know, it's up here at my eye level, so that's pretty high up.
I talked to Ken. I said, "You want me to start the restage things?" He goes, "No, just start running trains. We'll worry about restage."
Got a big mountain right here. You got the mountain. That's got a figure 8 track over there. Train just went through here. Big figure 8 going downhill and uphill through this area. Modeling Montana, it looks like.
Trying to reset now. With people around, if we start resetting it, we just put
So it's a lot of mining scenes. It's the steam era, 1950s. And here's Butte, Montana.
Business that we're at.
Okay.
Take all the setups, put them right back on your
Just
screen
do
in
it.
the right order.
Right.
That way you don't have to mark anything on the layout. All you need is
Original card.
the original tree sheet.
Okay. I mean, I'm just running this thing. This was sitting, I forget where this was.
It's right here.
Yeah, here, right.
Yeah. You know, we finished the switching, so I was helping the gentleman. We finished the switching here.
Is that
I don't know if that's the speaker.
That
or
sounds
what.
like to me. It sounds like I've done this. I've done that multiple. What happened?
Yeah, they want to run trains. That's what they want to do with schedules or whatever else they've got going.
She's on 11/8/76. Mr. Plowman's.
I mean, it's so real. So, I mean, with the way he did the backlighting and everything, I mean, if you can sometime, if you've got nothing else, you can see it. I'm sure you do. But anyway, like I said, that was, I was impressed with that.
Got Laurel, Montana over here. And we come into Mossman, Montana, a little bit bigger town. They run operations on this railroad, and they're setting up to do an op session tonight, or no, actually tomorrow. And not sure, they'll have probably maybe 15, 20 people in here doing operations. Nice little scene right here. Get some sunbathers and swimmers over in the quarry or this river. Looks like they're going to be dredging out part of the dock. So, pretty neat. Come over here. And you get all the way into this town area. An old Western Pacific transfer table and maintenance shops.
Structure is there, and this structure is there. I flipped it because of the curve, and I needed to get space in there. It made more sense.
And you got this big roundhouse. Got to back up to get all those things in view. That's a big roundhouse. It's not a Walther's kit, that's for sure.
I don't care. You can take this one if you want.
So it looks like they've got 24 tracks that they can power. I've got a system sort of like this at home, but I got 2 switches. But it looks like they got 12 position switch that they can switch between different rows. So it's used 1 switch multiplied by 12 or by 2.
Take some photos? Sure. Okay.
Come down to this yard. K-Check Wholesale Hospital Supplies. Seems like every railroad must have a scrapyard somewhere, and these guys are scrapping out old cars and other metals.
And the other end of the railroad's in the shop.
The Red Wing Milling Company. I've got one of those.
When are you getting it back? Did they give you a loaner railroad?
Mine's not as painted as that one is.
When are you getting
I probably should upgrade
the
mine.
rest of the railroad back? And have it
Skills
give you
on
a
that.
loaner railroad?
And paint mine.
They come out,
Well,
take
there's
this one,
old
give me something.
buildings.
If you give me an opportunity, I'm going to make a wisecrack, right?
I'd like to set the too much like
So this one doesn't, this doesn't have a loaner? So what do you gotta do 8? No? This one
That one
doesn't?
doesn't have sound.
Okay.
That's really old.
But I can hear it.
I mean, did they put sound in anything there?
And you gotta have a modeler's shop. Even got all these trains up on the little yard here. The back staging area, which it is the back staging area, because all the trains go right out there. On the layout. Yeah. Got a paint booth, all the paints, modeling station, repairs. You want to get in this hobby? Be prepared. Well, we got a narrow stairway. So how do you get all the wood down here? It's kind of difficult to get all the wood down here. But what he did was he cut a trap door into the garage. So he can slide all the wood and materials that were too big to go down the stairwell through here. Pretty good idea. We are at Jim Tilley's HO scale layout. I think it's a PRR railroad. I like this dock, this ore dock. Looks pretty good. It's an HO layout. Some thunderstorms over here on this side. Nice quarry over here.
My brother-in-law tells me after the kids
Come around to this side.
cut it all into strips. He said, you should, that section, you should probably was really easy. They photograph on the top, they photograph on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
We got West Pittsburgh over here.
Keep the game straight for me.
Sure will.
We got
Especially the
this
steam.
big train station.
I think I have thoroughly aggravated him on this trip. So, I love teasing him.
We are using Digitrax on this layout. A lot of electronics right there.
Yeah, I said,
Yeah.
I keep saying, what you done there? Come on.
See you features.
See you, yeah. I'll keep in touch.
Okay. And I'll keep sending pictures to aggravate you.
Yep. You keep sending pictures of what?
You've seen the pictures of what I'm building on the church?
Yeah.
You were asking me something about the stained glass.
Yes, there's a place in you said Kentucky.
Yeah, I know. Believe it, I'm trying something.
Flipping switches to turn on tracks for each track in the roundhouse.
I drive back roads. I don't like
Got Newcastle over here. Got a tunnel down here. Let's step back a little bit so I can see the whole scene for you. East Pittsburgh. Can't see really up there. Look up in the mirror. You can see what's going on.
This is Mommy station. This is a bag. Okay, that makes sense.
On this side of the road. So to get to one side of the room to the other, you've got a area here that goes behind the water heaters and the furnace. It is sort of scenic back here. The trains get from one side of the basement to the other through here. All the way over here. Come out through these tunnels from the other room. It comes down here.
Terminal tower in the back. You always get a movie or a picture with a giant head in the rear.
Oh yeah, always. Dunbar and Hopkins. You got this big old peninsula area over here. It's a big Turntable here. All steam waiting. We've got a back shop in here, or diesel shop. It's got a big yellow crane on the inside. As you would expect. Very detailed diesel shop. Over here to a float barge. Load your cars on and move it across the canal or wherever. Chateau Martin, America's finest champagnes and vermouths and wines. And we got an unloading location for ships to be loaded onto ore cars. I've never seen this before. That is definitely an impressive model there. He's got two of them. And the scoops come down into the bays of the ship and pick up stuff and load them back into each of the cars. Pretty neat. Apparently he plays the drums too. Roadshow layout. I'm using some car cards.
Not sure. It may not.
So I got out to the middle of it.
Was it in the middle you had the problem?
Yeah, I had one when I came out of the yard.
The 8-pack paper.
In this area, and he brought this into the yard coming back.
You know what it is?
Looks like a
We got a cold one.
looks like a coal tipper, but it looks like it's for wood
I
pulp.
think it's this one right here.
Okay.
I'll test this one tomorrow.
And it goes through the wall over here.
Oh yeah.
Out.
Oh hey, so you live in my house too, huh?
Out here.
My house is related to your house. Your brothers or sisters or something.
I have more tools that way.
Oh,
In my
I'm getting.
toolbox, I can't find the one I'm looking at.
I have a basement that I don't have this on my one layout, my current layout. I don't have curtains, but I have things underneath. So I was looking for something one day. I spent 3 hours looking for it. I got so mad that I bought one of those brother label makers. I labeled every box, every tower with a number. Then I made an
Made in
inventory.
Pittsburgh steel.
Rack number 7, box 2 is this, and that saved me a lot of time.
Oh, I'll bet.
It's drives me nuts.
It saved me a lot of money too. I looked for something, then I run over the store
Buy it
and get a new
again.
one. Then I got there looking for the one. Well, if I'm looking for something else, I'll find the 3 of that other thing that I was looking for the other day. Well,
How often he comes out, right?
He operates monthly.
How many people operating that?
Four is the usual number.
That's nice, you know, not something we could.
No. About
Very nice.
Yeah.
You just have a job to switch out certain things.
Yeah, basically, he just starts out with like a cruise sheet, you know, and you take your train, and then he uses, let me show you the system that he, these. Okay. Calls them track warrants, of course they're not, I mean, they would actually be on paper or something like that. But, so you leave the yard and you grab the green one, so you have the main one, and you go to.
Oh, you like that? Because you can see something.
Hi, come right in, come right in, and then see what's available for the next.
Coal mine. That's
So
pretty cool.
somebody may be working right here, but chances are maybe. A lot of the same guys, so they get to know what
I like the.
we don't have anybody that goes out and grabs the, you know, the next three green ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eyeballs three, so you can't do that. gotta
You
play-
can, but you'll get.
That's right, that's right, you gotta play well with them.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I want to take it off. And I had to go back, yeah, there's one little siding back there, and I had to, same thing, I had to, what the heck is that? Should've known, I picked it up this morning.
Very nice.
Getting old, you know? Yeah.
Getting old is better than.
So, Mancavians, that's been the 2025 NMRA convention in Novi, Michigan. I hope you liked the video. A lot of things that are in there. What I didn't record was like the banquet, and there was a lot of things going on in the banquet. There was some announcements. There was a person that obtained their MMR in front of everybody. They got awarded their MMR. A very proud moment for them. There's a lot of different announcements. There was even a briefing on this year's convention. They were expecting maybe 600 people at the convention this year because it was limited space and so forth. But they had 950 people sign up, and they had to stop it at that level. And out of those 950 people, 266 were first-time attendees to any NMRA convention. That's pretty spectacular. And since considering 300 people joined the NMRA this past 2024 season, 266 showing up, probably a lot of them were new members. I know this was my actual first convention that I actually registered for. Even though I've been to train shows and stuff, I had never actually been a member and signed up. So I've been a member for a couple of years, but this is my first actual convention. So there was also a talk. There was a speech given by Angela Rembelski. She was the project chief preservation architect for the restoration of the Michigan Central train station. And she talked about a lot of the details and stuff that they had to go through to restore and find out what pieces of the building needed to be replaced and how to get those things restored when you don't have them anymore. You had pictures of them, but that's not good enough. You need a 3D, you need an actual piece. And so they put a call out to the community. It says, hey, I know everybody's been, kind of blowing up this building, destroying the windows. There was no windows in the building, nothing. And they were looking for key pieces like the chandeliers and some wall carvings and stuff. And those kind of things just were gone or destroyed. So people came out and says, hey, we got some of these, And so they, out of the goodness of the heart, returned a lot of those pieces that they had acquired. And, they were able to work from that and restore those pieces and restore the building and make it better, actually. They did such a good job that Amtrak is considering moving back into the station, and they have a space that they have available that they could probably use for the train station. And so that's probably a future enhancement to that area. So it was a great talk, a lot of pictures, a lot of explanations of all these little things that they had to do to get it restored, and it's really, really nice. So if you haven't been to the convention, there was tons of things you could have done. You could have done clinics, you could have done home layouts. There was a lot of home layouts to go to, and you could drive to them yourself. You didn't have to get on a bus trip. You didn't have to pay for a bus. You just drove when you could go to those homes. And sometimes you had to wait in line to get in because there's too many people in the basement. It gets a little bit too crowded for the fire marshal. So there was also a river cruise. There was a train ride. There was a tour of the Michigan Central station, also the Ford factory. And so there was a lot of things to see in the area, and I just didn't get to see them. I was on the Operation Roadshow. I did 3-hour sessions 8 times. That was 24 hours of operating sessions that I did, and it kind of wore you out. But I had fun. That's all that mattered. I had fun. So next year in Chattanooga, there's going to be a bunch of stuff to do. There's always going to be the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum, TVRM, and you can take train rides on that. Shop tours probably going to be going on there. There's Ruby Falls, Rock City, home layouts. There's going to be a lot of stuff to see and do. So consider registering now, because registration is open right now. So plenty of room at the hotel, so it's not going to be limited like it was this year. So should be no problem getting into the convention this next year. So hope you enjoyed the video and considered coming to the convention next year. So if this is your first time visiting DaBob's ManCave, consider subscribing down below. Also ring that bell to get notified of future videos just like this one. Also leave a comment down below, tell me what you liked, and as always, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Till next time, ManCavians, happy model railroading, and you stay off those tracks. Bye.